we're struggling, man.
Oh, God damn it.
I just heard zit.
This is not good. It's like that. It's the only part people care about, too.
I know. It's all just fluff to get to the top 5.
Yeah, we're gonna take it up a few notches right now. See if y'all can keep up.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to episode 96 of the ScruffCast. I'm Dan.
I'm John.
All right. You did like another delay there. It's like freaking me out. Takes you a while. Yeah. I was like, and I'm Dan. So. You're just like, and I'm John. It's like one of those bad radio interviews where it takes them like 15 seconds to respond to the question. And then the guy starts asking another question thinking he can't hear him. And then he starts answering that. It's his first question.
They always do that too with like local news agencies. And it's weird because it's not like they're on the other side of the planet. They're always like within the same city. It's like, oh, we got Jermaine, down by City Hall, looking at the protest.
And he's just like standing there staring into the camera for 10 seconds.
Yeah. And then it's like, oh, thanks, Charles. I'm here.
Speaking of protests, have you heard about like the protests going on in like the States to like reopen everything? Dude,
I did.
These people are crazy. Like,
yeah, like, dude, I get nervous just going to the grocery store. Okay, like these people are all bundled together.
They're so stupid. Like, I've never been so happy to not be American in my life. Not that I ever wanted to be American, but like, oh my god, now I really don't want to be.
Yeah, I saw it was in Washington State. I think it was today in Olympia. It was like over 2,000 people joined together, like almost 2,500. And there was some. It's ironic because it's these big groups of people that will cause everything to be shut down even longer, right?
Yeah, exactly.
With a group that big, the odds are like some of them have the virus for sure. No way around.
Of course, yeah, bound to. What's funny though is like because you got Trump like tweeting like, "Liberate Minnesota, liberate Michigan," like. Dude, what are you doing? Like, but it's what's more insane, and like I don't know, I don't really care about politics at all in Canada or the States, but like the more I think about it now, it's like there's actually people who listen to this guy and like, you know what I mean? Like, oh my god, this guy's so smart. This Donald Trump, so wise. We have to follow him. We must listen to every word he says. Like, I don't know, it's insane that people actually like. You know what I mean? Listen to this guy. And
well, I think blindly following, like agreeing with 100% with what anybody says is always a bad idea. Because what are the odds, right? Of like 100% aligning to another person, unless it's the listeners listening to the ScruffCast. Now,
of course,
I can't be a little sympathetic to some people because I understand in the States they're in like a tough spot, right? Because it's easy on the news and it's easy for us to say. Because we're here in Canada, right? But like some people in the States, like, the workplace for both of them might be shut down. Like I'm fortunate that I can work from home, right? You're fortunate that you're an essential worker, so you can continue working. But some people are just hosed, right? Like, maybe they have kids, both the husband and wife, their work shut down, so they're not getting paid. And I understand there's some sort of like, mortgage relief and stuff going on like that. But like here, the government gave that like a pretty comprehensive sort of like EI, like employment insurance program, right? Pay people a couple $1,000 a month over the course of this thing. We're in the States, so far at least, the $1,200 check, that's all they got, right? And it's like, if you can't work and you're like, this is all I got, I understand. I can understand how people are frustrated. But if you go running out there,
I get that.
Crowds, it's just going to make it worse for yourself. Right?
That's the whole thing, right? I get people, who are going through tough times, right? And luckily, most of us here, don't have to deal with that. But like, still, because the thing is, I think a lot of these people going out there aren't those people. No, they're the people who feel like their rights are being stripped away from them, which is just absolutely insane. But like again, the problem is that like Trump is he's
fanning the flames of the fire.
Exactly. Sure. Yeah.
Which definitely doesn't help. But I understand it is a delicate scenario, right? Because like, there's no easy solution. Because it's not really sustainable to keep everybody locked up forever, right? Or for long periods of time. People will.
Yeah.
I mean, we're already seeing it with these protests. People are going to stop caring, right?
There's just
And
like they're one of the only countries in the world who are just like so stupid. Like, I don't even know how else to describe it. Like
I know what you mean. It's like just a unique sort of circumstance where somehow only they have managed to just royally fuck this up beyond belief.
Yeah, what
like,
they have over 40,000 deaths now.
Yeah, India has like billions of, well, not billions, but over 1 billion people, and like I don't know, I don't hear everything going to shit over there.
1 billion people there and 1 billion people here.
Bazinga!
All right, let's move on from this because really, I don't even know what I'm talking about.
I know. I feel like we came in with like a charged opening, right? The listeners are like, time to lounge, listen to the ScruffCast, like I do every week. So, whoa, they're coming in with the heavy stuff right away.
Why are they going political? No, that's it. We're done now.
Well, we did have a listener reach out to us this week, and we'll set the record clear ahead of time. Sorry, listeners. No, it was not Chris letting us know his thoughts on Love is Blind like he was supposed to.
Oh, yeah, right.
I know the world's a little hectic, so I'll give him a pass. Just this once. But if he catches up and doesn't write in with his thoughts, I'm going to be sorely disappointed. All right.
He knows now. There we go.
We did have another listener who's not Chris write in to scruffcast@gmail.com, just like you guys can. Subject line is this week's top 5. Hi, guys. So happy you're continuing the podcast in these dark days of quarantine. It's one of the highlights of my week. So I have my own thoughts on the top 5 things I want to do when this insanity is over, whenever that may be. And I agree with Danny. My picks are the simpler pleasures in life that we always took for granted, but I swear I never will again. So listeners may remember last week, our top 5 was the top 5 things you wanted to do after quarantine. And like Dan said, it's the simple pleasures, right?
Yep.
Listener goes on to say, I feel the one positive from all of this is everyone slowing down and learning to appreciate our lives, and hopefully that feeling will last in all of us. So, without further ado, here's my list. Number 5. Go to a grocery store anytime I want to. Right now, we're getting our groceries through curbside pickup, so I haven't been in a grocery store for several weeks now. That's pretty
And I have a little spoiler here. I will be their curbside pickup tomorrow.
Yes,
personal home delivery.
And Dan goes above and beyond for the listeners. Keep listening,
That's
and
right.
Maybe he'll deliver your groceries the next week.
Yeah, hey, you know what? This isn't a bad idea. This is how we get more listeners. I'm willing to sacrifice. But everybody who I deliver groceries to has to tell 5 people about the ScruffCast.
Yeah, we need the ScruffCast to spread faster than Corona.
Yeah, and also I'm not donating these groceries to you. Like, you're paying for me plus my delivery charge.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, I'm just
we're not
making
a
sure
charity.
That's
The
good.
ScruffCast
Exactly.
it's a for-profit corporation. Just waiting to collect that ad money.
That's right.
Have, a place to go and spend money again. Listener goes on to say, I used to think it was a bit of a pain, but now I can't wait to be able to do that again. Number 4. I like this one. I agree with John. A visit to Five Guys is a must! With 4 exclamations. 3 exclamations. Normally, I'm not a fan of the multi-exclamations, but I will permit it this time because
it's worth it.
Me. Yeah.
All right. Fair enough.
Five Guys delicious. Number 3. I agree with Danny. Dinner and a movie would be so wonderful right about now. Good choice.
Mm-hmm.
One of the simple pleasures. Number 2. Get together with friends. I really miss seeing my friends.
Yeah.
All right. I don't think either of us had friends on the list. Although I did say the podcast routine, but
yeah, so did I. We said that, so it's close enough.
And number 1, hang out with my kids, their partners, and my beautiful grandkids, and hug each and every one of them really hard. I can't even explain how much I miss them, and it physically hurts that I can't grab my grandkids and kiss and hug them. I swear I won't ever take this for granted again. Fair enough. They had an honorable mention I should have read first. I'm off my game today.
Not good. Well, here it is.
They did put number 1 before the honorable mention in the list, though, so you could see how it would be.
It's their own fault.
Yeah. It's never our fault on the podcast. So, the honorable mention. I'm looking forward to going for a walk and not having to dodge people by 6 feet or more. Most people are great about it, but there's some COVIDiots out there who feel entitled to walk or jog or bicycle wherever they want with no regard to anyone else. And don't get me started on the ones with the phones glued to their faces. Keep safe, guys. Look forward to next week's show. Your faithful Etobicoke listener.
All right.
Thank you. We always appreciate every email we get on the ScruffCast.
Every email.
And I do agree about the walking because, anytime I'm out there walking with Taryn, I see people coming. I'm like, hey, you want to walk on the road? And you know what? Because the world's a little slower right now. I kind of like walking on the road. It's like, yeah, we're reclaiming back the space. You know what I mean?
What's so funny is like you kind of lagged there. I don't know if that like actually came through on this recording, but
I hope not.
You were like, we're reclaiming the space. That's what it sounded like to me.
Well, we'll see what the listeners get.
What's funny? So speaking of walks, so we like even before all this, we have to go on frequent walks with Leo, our son, me and Anna, because it's almost like he's a dog now. He's got like way too much energy. And he needs to go out for walks like twice a day. It's just insane. So he can like burn off his energy. That's like really what it's like now. So we've been taking him for walks like all the time, right? Tuesdays she goes to work and I'm off, so I watch him. So me and him will go for a walk, right? So last week we went out in the morning, and so we walked down the street, kind of onto a more main street, and then back onto another side street. And there's a guy kind of walking right as we're about to hit the corner, right? So we get to the corner first, and there's a guy coming down, right? He's just walking by himself. The guy's maybe like in his 40s. So I pick Leo up, right? Because Leo's just like, I don't want him to like run into this guy or whatever, right? Especially with the social distancing. So I pick him up, and I'm the one with the kid here, okay? Let's keep this in mind.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking like, this guy will probably scoot kind of onto the road. And keep in mind, we're on a side street now. It's not the busy road. This guy will probably scoot onto the road. No, he just goes full force down the sidewalk. Doesn't even care. I'm like, all right, dude, I'll walk on the road with the child then, you jerk. I was not pleased.
I wouldn't be pleased either. I had to stop.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was saying I had to stop at the pharmacy with Taryn.
Mm-hmm.
And, we were standing there because I walked by and like toothpaste was on sale. And I was like, oh, look, toothpaste is on sale for 99 cents or whatever. We're just talking. This older lady, and I'm talking like 70 plus, comes in the store. Dude, just barges right up, and she's like standing like within a foot of like me and Taryn, like looking at this toothpaste. I'm like, lady, if one of us gets corona, you're the one that's dying. Why are you so close to us?
Yeah, seriously. Yeah, I can't take it. Like, yeah. So I work at the grocery store, the boutique farmers market.
Yes.
So that's another good story. So the other, customers, they've all been pretty good, and we like limit the amount of people we can have in the store. And customers have all been pretty good. Everybody's kind of letting each other go by and stuff. It's not a massive store, so I'm there and I'm kind of just like fixing a display up or whatever, right? And I hear someone go like, "Hey," so I'm like, "Oh, like hey." I kind of don't really look, and then I feel like a smack on my back, right? Ooh. It's not like hard. It's not hard, but and I was about to turn around and fucking just punch this person out. And I turn around, and it's a mentally challenged woman. And I was like, oh, Jesus Christ. Right? So I'm like, I mean, it's understandable, right? I'm not like, I can't get that mad about it. But at the same time, her...
the person...
that's much better than the word I was thinking of.
Yeah.
I was thinking of handler. But...
Hey.
So her handler was there, right? And no, I'm kidding. So the person she's with is with her, right? But this woman's just just looking at groceries, like not watching what. I think it might have been her daughter, maybe, I don't know, or whoever she's taking care of. Not even like looking at what she's doing, right? And she's like going up to. I can see her going up to tons of people and like, kind of like. And she can't control it. I'm not. That's not what I'm.
Not her fault, right? But
saying, right? No, not at all.
You would be worried about. Obviously, you don't want to, be rude to all these other people who are concerned right now. But worry about the safety of your daughter, whoever it is you're taking care of.
Yeah, exactly. Like you gotta watch it a little more. I understand you may not be able to go out to the grocery store by yourself. You may have to bring her, which is fine, right? But you have to be responsible, man. You have to be. Because immediately I want to run home and wash my sweater I was wearing. I was so grossed out. But what can you do?
Yeah, I thought it was just gonna be some guy like, hey, I haven't seen the Clementines around. You're like,
no, he would have.
Are you kidding me right now?
He would have got a punch for sure. And the best part is, like, my manager probably would have backed me up on it too. Probably, yeah, get out of the store, you jerk. Slapping people on the backs this time. This time of year with the COVID.
this time of year makes it sound like it's like Christmas time or something.
No. Yeah, that was But besides that, it's actually all been pretty good. You get like the odd person like complaining because we have to like limit people coming in the door. You get the odd person apparently complaining, but I've never personally seen it. But just tell them to.
Yeah, I mean everybody kind of knows,
shove it,
right?
Yeah.
They know what's up. Like obviously I only have to go to the grocery store maybe once a week or so, but I've never run into anybody that's too extreme, except that random old lady at the pharmacy. I'm like, excuse me.
Yeah. I've never had any like encounters that are that bad, right? But I don't know. I get it. People don't like waiting in lines, right? But like, this is what it is, man. Everybody's doing it everywhere you go. Like,
honestly, though, I find once you're in the store, like when you get to the front by the checkouts, there's like nobody in line because there's less people in the store. So it even
you know what?
anyway.
That's the best part about it, right? That's really what they're trying to limit is like the lines at the cash, right? Because you don't want to start getting like those getting long and stuff like that. Like that's pretty much how we do it, right? We kind of like look at the cash and like see if there's like two people in line. We're like, okay, that's good, right? But anything more than that, like starts getting a little sketchy, right? People start getting too close to it. We get the signs on the floor and stuff like that too, like please stand 6 feet, like behind the person in front of you, whatever, right? And they're all spaced out 6 feet. But people don't listen. People don't read those. So yeah, they're still all up at each other's business, right?
No, people are dumb. That's the way it is.
Yeah, exactly. Which is like I get it too. It's like a hard adjustment. I still find myself like kind of like I'm trying to just get out into the store to go check something, and I kind of just like trying to like squeak by, right? Kind of squeak by people. I'm like, like I shouldn't be doing that because 6 feet.
I saw. I think it was my stepdad told me someone used a kayak that they like cut the bottom out of, so they just wore the kayak around them.
Oh, I've been seeing stuff like that too.
Around. Yeah.
That's so funny. Yeah, why not, right?
All right. Let's have a look at the notes here. So I got to be frank with the listeners. The notes this week, it was all Dan.
Believe it or not, I bought it.
You brought it all?
And by brought it, I mean like I only did.
You brought it all, and you brought the top 5.
I did. Oh my god, I really did bring it all this week.
You're on fire this week.
It's about time I do something every once in a while,
Yeah, you bumped up from I'm the 90% and the 10% to like 20 or 25 this week. Not bad.
I would say like maybe 13 or 14%. Let's not go that far.
No, I was trying to be nice.
I appreciate it. So I actually have there's a Florida man makes his return this week.
Dude, remember Florida man of the week? I forgot all about that segment.
So it
was short-lived.
This is funny. I just saw this on Twitter, right? And so pretty much in Florida, they went into like their lockdown like really late, really late, way later than everybody else. Yeah, way later than even like the rest of the United States. So just the other day, they've actually started to reopen beaches, and like within like 20 minutes, the beaches were filled with people. I don't know if you saw this.
No.
Yeah, there's like pictures all over the line, right? So then like I saw like one person tweet like, Florida man declares an end to the 27-day lockdown after 14 days. It's just like so funny. Like, yeah, man, the beaches were filled with people.
Dude, that's absurd. Like I get like wanting to open up businesses, but like going to the beach, like come on.
Yeah, and it's funny because like I was talking to Anna about this, right? Because I was like, I can't wait for things to get back to normal. Just even go to a mall, whatever, right? She's like, I'm not going to a mall. I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, I'm giving it like another month. Once they say it's okay to go to the mall, I'm going to wait a month after that, and then I'll go. And I was like, at first I was like, it's kind of stupid. Who cares, right? But then I was like, well, you know what? Like maybe it's not the worst idea, right? Like, because then like just in case, a second wave comes, you can at least avoid that, right? If you give it a month, it's like, okay, I think we're good.
I think until there's like a vaccine, a second wave would be inevitable, right? And the idea is sort of accepting, people will get sick, but the curve's flattened enough that like, people will avoid the will avoid the avoidable deaths or whatever by not overwhelming the healthcare system. But I was reading just earlier today that Georgia was already announced their plans to reopen. So like I think on the 24th, which is like next Friday, they're going to start to reopen things like, barbers and nail salons and places, blah, blah, blah.
God.
And then the 27th, which I guess is like 2 weeks from today, or no, a week from today.
Yeah.
The 24th is just this Friday. So the 27th, which is next Monday, they're going to start to reopen other things like movie theaters and stuff. I imagine they'll probably have reduced capacity and stuff, but still, I'm like, really?
It's pretty wild.
Already? But you know what, dude?
Yeah.
It's already the end of April. Almost.
Yeah.
Like this month flew by.
Yeah, it did. Yeah. Even March flew by, man. Once everything got canceled. Once all the sports got canceled, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty bizarre. I kind of agree with Anna though. I would be cautious once things open back up because I think
for sure
it's inevitable, right? And I really wonder what the long-term effect is going to be. People are going to be nervous, right? Like, but think of how many people there are, right? If only 10% of people are like, I'm going out, dude, that's still a lot of people.
Yeah, of course.
Right, compared to now. So,
and there'll probably be a lot more than 10%.
Yeah, right. That's like the cautious sort of estimate.
Yeah,
so we'll see.
Yeah,
but regardless, the ScruffCast is still here for you.
Absolutely, every Wednesday.
Yes.
All right. So another thing I saw online. Have you heard of the All In Challenge?
So I will admit, I scrolled by and I saw a tweet that mentioned this, but since I saw your note, I said, no, I'm going to keep scrolling so then Dan can explain it to me on the podcast.
Okay, so I think I know what it's about.
All right.
Because, of course, we don't do our research properly here. No, I'm pretty sure I know what it's about. So it's pretty much like celebrities, sports athletes, whatever, right? So to raise money for like coronavirus relief and stuff like that, what they're doing is like it seems like it's like an auction. So like they're auctioning off like different prizes or whatever it may be, right? So like I know Alex Rodriguez, he's auctioning off oh my god, auctioning
real
off.
Time.
I know, it keeps sounding like oxygen off. He's auctioning off like free batting lessons with him, and you get to keep his World Series trophy.
What?
Right? Yeah. So what happens is like celebrities or athletes, whatever, they kind of like come up with these things, and people bid on it, whatever, and the highest bidder wins it, and then that money goes to like coronavirus relief, right? So it seems like there's been a bunch of different ones. I just read one today, like Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman. They're coming together, and they said they'll run your lemonade stand. So you make a lemonade stand, and they'll run it for you for the day. That's like their thing. Cool. Yeah, but the coolest one. You ready for this?
Yeah.
So Leonardo DiCaprio and Robert De Niro are in a new Martin Scorsese movie coming out within the next couple of years. Filming hasn't started yet, but it's like in the works already. And they're offering a role in the film.
Oh man!
Yeah, like they said, it's a small role. It's nothing major, right? But you get a role in the film, so you get to be on the set all day, and then you get to go to the premiere too. I was like, oh my god, can you imagine that?
Dude, that would be wicked.
If I had just money to blow, 100%, I'd bid on that one.
Damn, but man, I can't believe he's gonna let them keep his trophy.
I know, yeah. He only won once. That's the sort of
things right? like yeah, especially right. I would just be clutching of that thing.
Oh yeah, for sure. But man, there's tons of athletes, celebrities, like the whole bit, like doing tons of stuff.
They're all in, right?
And then, yeah, and what they do too is like after they say something, they nominate like 2 or 3 other people to do it, right?
So yeah, so it's like someone who's cheap,
in, right?
Right?
Yeah,
and it's like
you have to.
Alex Rodriguez, like, I'll give you batting lessons, and I'll let you keep my trophy, and I nominate this guy, and you're like, fuck, what am I gonna do? He already gave something so valuable, and I'm not gonna give anything.
I know, it'd be so shitty. Like, yeah, like Alex Ovechkin did one. Like,
we should get on this and let somebody be the third chair for an episode.
Now, this is exactly what I was thinking. This was leading into my next point. It's like we did our Movember thing.
Yeah.
People could donate to Movember, which some people did, and we appreciate it. What if we did that for this? Do you think people care enough to be on the ScruffCast?
I don't know. I would certainly hope so. Dude, we can do it now. We have Zoom.
That's true. We can get anybody on at any point in time we want.
Yeah.
The power of technology.
I don't know, but
It's
here's the
something.
thing: how
We'll
do we
think about
wrangle
it.
the people? We could tweet it, but I don't know if our 4 followers are really gonna bite on it, considering one of them is me.
And one of them is also me.
Yeah, so
Yeah, boy, I don't know. We'll think about it. We'll ponder this one. We'll come back to this next week.
yeah, I'll add it to the notes. I'm gonna
Okay.
put a little note here that says "explore this idea." That would be funny,
Explore
though.
this idea.
Dude. Even if we raise like $10, it's better than nothing.
Yeah, I just got a picture from our friend Anthony saying, "Look at me, I've become a bum." It's just a picture of him with a scraggly beard and hair that's a little longer than what he normally has.
Well, he's living that quarantined life, right?
So now I got to send him a picture of my bummy ass too. Oh,
In the middle of the podcast, this really is the Anthony way. Listeners may remember, I don't know what episode it was. I'm going to say 15, I think it was. And we had Anthony on the show for the first time, and he was trying to, I was going to say record. He was trying to make and mix us drinks as we were recording the show. And he's like trying to ask if we want ice. Do you want ice? But then he's just jingling the cup, getting the clinking of the ice all over the place.
oh yeah, that was brutal.
Now, it's invisible to the listeners, but that was an effortless fill of the time by me while Dan was posing a few different times with his phone
Yeah,
to try and
that was good. That was
take a
really good.
picture. But that, that's the sort of vibe we get when Anthony is in the periphery of the show.
That's pretty much it. Yeah. So, all right. Oh yeah, I had one last thing. Okay. So there's a song I've been listening to recently. So, okay, I'm gonna give a ScruffCast seal of approval for a song. I don't think we've ever done this before.
No, this has never been done.
For a song, it's called "Wildflower" by 5 Seconds of Summer.
Oh,
Now,
okay.
Forget anything you've ever thought you've known about 5 Seconds of Summer, because they've got a new CD out, and it is solid. You know what? I'll give a seal of approval for the CD as well. It's called "Calm."
Like
the song's called "Wildflower."
CALM?
Yeah. The song's called "Wildflower," and it is just, as you and Chris would say, John, good vibes.
Oh, I love good vibes.
This song is good vibes.
That's
I
what's needed
highly
right now.
recommend this song. And you know what? Yeah, this message. You know what? This is pretty much just for Chris. I feel like Chris has a extended palette for music. I feel like he would like this CD. He would really like it.
Dude, that's like
Obviously,
a high compliment. Extended.
Obviously-
if I'm Chris listening, I'm like, ooh, I got
I
the
know,
tingle right there.
as he should. The tingle. Yeah, I guess I could have just texted him this, but now he's going to hear it over the podcast.
Dude, we love to fill time on the show. All right, I'll have to give it a listen. Listeners, I want you to listen to the song and then write in and let us know, was Dan on the money or did he lead you astray? Was it shitty? Have we ever done top 5 songs? I don't think we have.
I don't think so. That's pretty tough, man.
Yeah, it would be tough. Well, it's easy to come up with 5 songs you like, right?
Yeah.
But to rank them all, maybe one day, maybe for a rainy day.
Do you want to see Anthony?
Sure. This is just for me. The listeners can't see, but he is looking scruffy. I can confirm for the listeners.
That was the second photo he took. The first one, he tried to make it seem cool.
Yeah, he's looking a little beat up. We'll have to get him back on the show sometime.
Yeah.
When all these travel bans lift, we'll fly him in for the show. Roll out the red carpet for the studio here.
We'll zoom him over here, I guess you could say.
Oh!
And
You can see the corona hasn't affected our zingers.
that's right. All right. Shall we move on
We shall.
to the top 5?
Top 5. This week, we're going with top 5 movie characters. We've done top 5 movies. We've done top 5 animated movies. We've done top 5 movies again. We've done top 5 Netflix original series and or movies. Now it's time for just top 5 movie characters.
And we've also done top 5 TV characters,
And
but
top 5 TV shows.
not movie characters.
The gift that
So
keeps
this
on
is
giving.
totally new and original, obviously.
And if you guys, have ideas for top 5s, please write them into us at scruffcast@gmail.com or follow us on Twitter at scruffcast and let us know that way. We're always listening. I always have my eyes open. I was going to say my eyes on the pulse. That's not how it works. I have my eyes open and my finger on the pulse for what the listeners want. So you guys got to write in and let us know. So yes, this week is top 5 movie characters. And Dan, I believe I go first this week.
All right. Let's see what you got.
So I had a bit of a tough time. Now, I feel like there's been a lot of, all-time classic movies that I haven't watched. So some, characters, people are going to be out there and be like, he wasn't on your list. Well, write into scruffcast@gmail.com if you take issue.
Yeah, there's definitely going to be tons we're missing.
Yes. My number 5. This is also the title character of a movie I love. Nacho Libre. Now.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Nacho Libre is a multifaceted character. First off, based off of a true story. Now, if the listeners have never watched Nacho Libre, get off your ass and watch it right now. It's so good. It's about a priest at an orphanage in Mexico, but he has the aspirations of becoming a Mexican wrestler, like a luchador. So he secretly becomes a luchador to wrestle to win money for the orphanage he works at. And I don't know, dude, what a wacky concept.
Yeah.
A luchador priest?
I think I've watched it like once ever, years and years ago. That was really it.
Got to get back on that Nacho, man. So good. So it's just, has the comedy. Also, I like Jack Black. He's good in this movie as well. It has the comedy, but, it also has that heart. He's wrestling for the children, for the kids.
For the
kids.
All right. That's a good one.
That's my number 5.
All right. My number 5 is Forrest Bondurant. Now, you're probably wondering, who the hell is this?
Yes.
So the movie Lawless with Tom Hardy, Shia LaBeouf. It's the character Tom Hardy plays. So, first off, I just love those kind of like Prohibition era type movies. I love those movies. Can't get enough. And I loved Lawless. So much, actually, that I watched it at home and it was like midnight by the time it was done. And I immediately went to the bathroom and tried cutting my own hair into like the cool haircuts that everybody has now, but back then, it's just in this movie. He's just like, he's such a good character. He's just so badass. You know what I mean? It's like 3 brothers, Prohibition era, right? And they're kind of
I don't know. Smuggling?
Yeah, smuggling booze. What do they call it? Like, there's like a proper like.
They were like moonshiners. Rum runners? What's it called?
Yeah, whatever.
Something like that.
Anyway, so that's what they do, I think. I don't even remember. I haven't seen this movie in so long.
Now tell me this. You definitely had to Google to remember the guy's name.
Oh, of course. I had no idea what the hell his name was. So anyway, but the best part of this is like he almost dies like 3 times in this movie. I think the first time he gets shot or the first time he gets his throat slit? Someone tries to kill him and literally slits his throat, survives it. And I think the next time he gets shot, survives it. And then finally, like at the end of the movie, he gets like wasted one night and falls into like a river. And so it's like, oh man, that's how he dies. He drowns, I guess, in the end, but then like ends up getting out. Then like he survives again. And then finally what killed him, because I think it's a true story, was pneumonia.
Oh, what a shitty way to go.
Years down the road, yeah. It's just like so funny. I just love the character though, like how he just like keeps battling through everything.
Well, shout out.
Shout out.
My number 4. Also a character that I don't want to say keeps battling through everything, but he goes through some shit, we'll say, is Cliff Booth from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Brad Pitt's character. And first off, I thought Brad Pitt did a really good job in this movie. I don't remember if he ended up winning the Oscar.
Yeah, I think he did.
Sure. But it's just, well, all the characters in this movie are awesome, but just something about his character that I really loved. He just, he lived in a trailer, right? It's not like he, had it all, right? But he just, I don't want to say had this confidence, but he was, he was content with who he knew what he was, right? He didn't put up with shit from anybody. And he was that good, I don't want to say like wingman, but he was like, that good buddy, that good like right-hand man to Leonardo DiCaprio's character. But I don't remember his name in the movie. But plus, he just got a great name, Cliff Booth.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to justify. I just like the character. That's why he's on the list.
Well, that's pretty much going to be all these things, right? Like, so some of them are just hard to hard to like explain why. She's like, he's awesome. That's why.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, I'm gonna move on to my number 4. So, okay, quick little thing here. I'm obviously a huge Leonardo DiCaprio fan, and I had about 4 or 5 different names on this list just from him, but I narrowed it down. I tried to, add in some other people besides just his characters. But coming in at number 4 is Jordan Belfort.
Very nice.
Oh, did we freeze?
Nope, I heard you say coming in number 4 is Jordan Belfort, and I said very nice. Who knows what it will be like in the final? Good? Yep.
All right. You just froze.
Hey, I can hear you.
I was like, Jordan Belfort. I was waiting for the big yeah, and then I got nothing.
No, I said very nice.
Slinky voice, John. Right. All right. Okay. I think we're back to normal now. Okay.
All right,
so Jordan Belfort.
Say it again.
From Wolf of Wall Street. My number 4, Jordan Belfort.
Oh, from Wolf of Wall Street, dude. That's a good pick.
I know, isn't it? Yeah. So obviously, like the character himself, because like it's based on a true story. And like the guy is just absolutely insane, right? Like he gets obviously the movie's all about like he starts his own like trading company. That's essentially what it is, right? Like,
yeah.
And stocks and stuff like that. But like they're just like they're living the high life, you know what I mean? Like constant partying, like doing all these crazy drugs, getting into tons of trouble and stuff like that. It's just fascinating. Like the whole movie, Leonardo DiCaprio just depicts it so well. Like he just does such a good job playing this wacky, crazy character. Love it. That's my number 4.
That's a great choice.
Thank you.
My number 3. This character has been in many a movie, but he's just so cool.
All right.
Batman.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, Batman
think about that, yeah.
is so cool. Okay, he's first off, by day he's Bruce Wayne, billionaire, right? But by night he's Batman, which is super strong, super smart, can kick the shit out of anybody. But he's like the world's greatest detective. But what I love about Batman, besides being insanely awesome, is you think it'd be perfect, right? I'm Batman, everything's good. But no, he has this sort of this inner turmoil, right? He's got this struggle.
Oh, yeah.
As a kid, his parents were killed, right? So he obviously took over the Wayne Enterprises and
Wayne Enterprise,
so
yeah.
He's got that. Like every good character, right? It's not all gravy. He's got that sort of pain, right? Plus, we were kind of on a Batman high the last little while, talking about the Dark Knight the past few episodes. So
yes,
I had Batman on the mind, but specifically like the Christopher Nolan trilogy Batman.
No,
he's awesome.
You're freezing up here, John.
Yep. I can hear you. You're just your image is frozen on my.
Hey.
Well, can you hear me over there? This is remote recording, listeners. We're trying our best to bring you the.
Oh boy.
Bring you the ScruffCast in rough times.
That's all I'm hearing from you.
See, I don't know what the audio is going to look like. I don't know what the audio is going to be like because I can obviously hear myself fine, but I hear Dan over there going, "Oh boy." So who knows what it's gonna be? But he's frozen over there, and now he's disappeared. Oh, he's back, and he's just staring at me blankly. See, I love that we don't edit the show. So now I got to go back and listen to this one to know what it's going to be like. I hear some slight chuckle.
Hey, you there?
All right, yeah, I'm here. I could hear you like on the other end, just going like, "Oh boy," but like I don't know what's over there. So
okay, all right.
I'm really curious what the recording is going to come out like because
oh my god, what in God's name happened?
Audio file for each of us, so I have no idea. We'll see.
That was a hoot, to say the least. We're going to see how this plays out here.
Yeah, I mean, you get what you get, right?
Batman. Did we get through that? Yeah, we do it.
I did.
You know what? His work point here.
we're struggling.
Oh, God damn it!
I just heard zit.
This is not good. Hey, baby. It's like that. It's the only part people care about, too.
I know. It's all just fluff to get to the top 5.
What does that mean?
All right. Well, Batman was my number 3. This is good. It's patting out the podcast.
Dude, I don't know what you're saying right now.
Oh, this is paining me. I can hear
This
you.
is painful. Oh,
All right.
okay. All right. To anyone who has managed to get through this, thank you for sticking through.
Yes. I mean, hey, it's a pandemic. If I had it my way, Dan would be sitting across from the desk from me.
That's damn right.
We'd have our coffee
right,
and our Timbits.
Let's get through this before it gets worse.
Yeah.
What number did you just do? 3?
Yeah.
Are you still Batman? Did you already make it to number 1 without me here? All right. My number 3 is Ethan Hunt. Ooh, John, come on, man! You
From what?
Something. Like,
I don't know who he is.
Dude, Mission Impossible. Tom Cruise.
Oh,
there we go. Okay.
Sorry, it was the Zoom delay. It was the delay.
Right. Of course, yes. Yeah, Ethan Hunt, played by Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible. Because god damn, those are some of my favorite movies. He's just all business. Just facing these impossible missions, I guess you could say. And that's it. Just great action movies.
It took me a second to get that. That's why they named the movies, eh?
Yeah, so, it just, I don't know. I love action movies, love Mission Impossible. And you know what, too? I give it it goes a little higher on my list, too, because it's like a franchise of movies. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's not one, single movie. It's like I got to see this character many times. It's almost as if it was like a TV show. So I like that.
Very nice. And once again, you always point out, he's holding it down for the little guys.
Absolutely.
All right. My number 2 is Frank Abagnale.
Oh,
Catch
solid.
Me If You Can. A movie I just watched again a couple weeks ago.
Can I stop you for a sec?
Go right ahead.
My number 2 is also Frank Abagnale. Junior,
very nice.
Wait, junior or senior?
Junior, obviously.
Okay, just making sure. Yeah, all right.
No, not Christopher Walken. Even though
I don't know, man. Maybe he's like,
I
really. Yeah, dude, such a good movie. Yeah, that's my number 2 as well.
Yeah, I just watched it again for the first time.
Man,
a couple weeks ago.
I love that movie. All right, explain why we both like it.
So, based on a real life person, if you guys haven't seen Catch Me If You Can, the main title star, spoilers, Leonardo DiCaprio. If you guys didn't see that one coming, he is, he's like we'll say like a criminal on the run, committing bank fraud, specifically with fake checks, and he always stays one step ahead of the. Is it the FBI or whoever it is that's investigating him?
It's the FBI
lead investigator played by Tom Hanks.
Which, what a great movie.
This guy just lives the life. He pretty much just, he's the epitome of walking the walk and talking the talk. He just has the confidence and just scams his way into everything. He pretends he's a pilot and he's getting on planes, flying everywhere for free, always one step ahead of the government. He's becomes like the chief surgical officer of a hospital.
Yeah.
Right? They give him an office and everything. There's other things. I can't even remember all of the insane things he did. Oh, he scams his way into passing the bar exam, becoming licensed to practice law and stuff. And the craziest thing is it's not even a character. It's based on real life. If you guys haven't seen this movie, you got to watch. It's on Netflix. It's from 2002. But it's just, this guy lived the life.
Yeah. It's the movie's it's just the perfect kind of thing where it's you can do anything. You can literally do anything you want as long as you have the confidence to back it up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
People will believe anything they want to believe. That you can do as long as you have the confidence to back it up.
I mean, yeah, we've had 96 weeks of you guys believing we're really, podcast hosts pulling this off.
That's
somehow.
True too. Yeah. John, great decision on number 2.
And I really like how we both had the same one. Dude, of all the movies, it's no surprise with Leonardo DiCaprio making a list, but of all the movies, and we both had him as our number 2 spot.
I know. It's just such a great character. That's really what it is.
Yep.
All right. Chuck, give us your honorable mention.
So my honorable mention was originally my number 5 before Nacho Libre came in with the luchador elbow and bumped him out,
Okay.
is Thanos. Now,
Oh.
the list wouldn't be complete without a villain. It was getting a bit choppy on your end there, so it was a very long.
And here we go again. I know.
But of course, the list wouldn't be complete without.
What I heard from you is like, man. You know, it's like it sounds like you're a slinky. Like your voice is something. That's what it sounds like.
All right, I'm really curious to hear what it's going to be like after the fact. But as I was trying to say,
go ahead.
The list would be complete without a good villain, and Thanos was a fantastic villain. First off, you need a great villain to go up against the whole cast of the Marvel movies. But what I really liked about Thanos was that, you know, he kind of had some logic to what he was saying. Sure, he wanted to snap his fingers and make half of everybody disappear at random, which, first off, very fair way to do it, just randomly. Not that I'm for it, but, you know, but he's seen the destruction, you know, people taking over the worlds has caused. So he's like, you know what, I've had enough. And he's so powerful. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, you know, I really just wish when he snapped his fingers, he was just done. Which I've said plenty of times. All right, so that's my honorable mention.
Put that all last week. All right, my honorable mention is Rick Dalton, played by Leonardo DiCaprio. Yeah.
Yes.
In Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Yeah, you're right. Cliff Booth is a fantastic character in that, but there's something I just love about Rick Dalton in this movie. Obviously, Leonardo DiCaprio is number one, but I love the fact that he's just like. He's just such a baby. You know what I mean? Like, that's what he is. Like, he's just such a baby. He's this guy who started in these Westerns and had all the success, and then we can't transition to the next phase of his career, right? And he's not taking it well. He's drinking. He's acting very childish about the whole situation. And it's hilarious to watch, like, his kind of, like, breakdown happen through the whole movie, right? And it's like, they do it in, like, kind of like a comedic way, sort of, too, right? It's very character. I like it a lot.
That's a good choice.
Yeah. All right. I'm very curious to hear your number one.
So my number one was actually already on your list.
Oh.
It is Jordan Belfort from Wall Street. Now, again, similar to Frank Abagnale, just living the dream. Just living the dream. If I looked at this list as let me be a movie character, let me be this guy. Yeah. I want to live the dream. I mean, you know, it's a bit of an illegal dream, so of course it doesn't always end well, but this is the kind of guy that when he looks back when he's old, he can say, that was a slice. You know?
Oh, that's for sure, yeah.
Right? Like, you know, what's the dream, right? You want to be able to look back and have enough stories to write a book. Well, he actually wrote 2 books. I never read the second one. I have them both. I did read the first one, like, long ago, like back when I was in high school before they turned into a movie, but I mean, we kind of already talked about it, but you know, just more money than you could spend in a lifetime, and just hanging out, doing cool shit every day, hanging out, doing the rest of my friends. That's what I want.
The rest of my friends. Fantastic, yeah, great number one. All right, my number one. If there's one film franchise I love more than Mission Impossible, it's goddamn Fast and the Furious. My number one, Brian O'Connor, played by Paul Walker. I love this character. It's just like, there's this suaveness to him, but yet a badassness. You know what I mean? Like, you got Vin Diesel, who's all like, you know, rough and tough, like, I'm going to go kill these people. But like, you get Brian O'Connor, who's just a little more, you know, laid back, relaxed. And he's like, I wouldn't say it's the yin to the yang of Vin Diesel's character, but like Vin Diesel's like the alpha male, but Brian O'Connor kind of challenges him for that, right? So it kind of brings Vin Diesel down. And like the most noticeable time, like the time I noticed this most was when in the 8th movie, when Paul Walker's, he's no longer alive, he's dead. So he wasn't in the 8th movie. And it's just like too heavy in Vin Diesel land. It's like way too heavy for me. And I was like, oh man, this franchise really needed Paul Walker. They needed that Brian O'Connor, you know?
Interesting.
Yeah, and like, dude, these movies came out, we were 10 years old.
Oh, geez.
I know, almost 20 years now. And like, I think from that moment, I was like, this guy's so cool. Like right from that moment.
I like to think what really solidified him as number one on your list is I think it's the fifth movie when they're trying to formulate their plan. And he's like, we need this and we need that. And he's like, oh, we got some of those.
Oh, dude, it's Fast Five. That's my favorite out of those movies. That's like, we're going to need a team. Yeah, they do the classic, like, put a team together. We're going to need Smooth Talker. And then they do, like, the montage of, like, Tyrese, who's the Smooth Talker. It's just gold. It's, like, so lame, but, like, I love those movies. And I was watching the classic Sunday morning movies that I always talk about, you know?
Yeah.
On
we talked
TV.
about them not that long ago.
Yeah. Fast and Furious 7 was on yesterday, man. Love it. Can't get enough of it. Yeah, that's my number one, Brian O'Connor.
There's no way we're getting through the list without a Fast and Furious reference on there from you.
Oh, no, of course not. Number one, baby.
We hit the staples. We had the Leonardo DiCaprio. We had the Fast and Furious. We had Tom Cruise and Mission Impossible.
Yeah. Nailed them. The trifecta of my life. All right. Well, that's it. That's our top 5 movie characters. Let us know yours.
Yeah, and I mean, did you guys actually hear them all? If not,
yeah, that's another thing too.
Email in, let us know, because I have no idea what it's going to be like. I'm not really sure how these Zoom recordings work, because I record the things on my end, but it's supposed to give us a file for each of us. So who knows? You guys will find out.
I think it was my computer screwing up, so it just might be my voice that's all messed up.
Maybe. I'll go back and I'll fill them in. Oh, my number 3 is, and then I'll just fill it in for you. Ethan Hunt. Just try to remember what you tried to say.
That's a good one. Like I said, nothing important, so.
Hey, that's what the listeners come to the ScruffCast for. If they wanted stuff of import, they'd be watching Bloomberg News or something.
I like that. All right. Well, yeah, let us know your top 5 TV characters. And does anyone else, because that's another reason I chose Brian O'Connor too, right? Because it's a film franchise. I get to see more of this character than just the one solo movie, you know? Does anybody else feel the same way with characters? Do they like characters more the more they get to see them, or is once enough?
Oh, I think that's fair, because as you get to see the character more, right, you sort of, get to deepen that understanding of them or the relationship, right? Like when we do
for the character develops.
Because you think 50 episodes of a TV show, that's a lot more time you spend with the character. So they get to grow on you, right?
Yeah, for sure. All right, let us know yours.
I know you guys watch movies.
Yeah, everybody does, I think.
If you don't, then you're just some sort of hipster.
You're a psychopath. That's what you are.
Yeah. One of those, I don't own a TV. What are you, Amish? Then how are you listening to us?
You loser. All right. Oh, that was rough. I really hope things turned out okay. And if they didn't, I actually don't care, to be honest with you.
That's what we're all about here. Honesty, right? Do you want us to lie to you, or do you want us to be honest and shit on your feelings? It's the way it is.
That's all. Yeah, that's it. We'll see how that all turns out. All right. Yeah. You got anything else you'd like to add, John?
Nope. This is a rhetorical question. I learned that last week or 2 weeks ago.
Good. That was episode 96 of the ScruffCast. Thanks for listening, everybody, and we'll catch you next week. As I'm watching her go, all I'm thinking is, oh damn, that bad thing. I can tell you're really good at distracting.
Oh,
there we go.
Sorry, it was the Zoom delay. It was the delay.
Right, of course, yes.